Good morning, Papa Sammy here. I'm not really dressed to be working in my shop, but I'm going to do it anyway. Today I get my teeth back, I hope. Now, on my saw, the other day I was talking about sharpening the blade, and I explained there was a couple of ways to do it. Well, I got some feedback on that, and told be cautious. That's not the way to do it. Well, I explained the way to do it, but I did not do it that way, if that makes sense. Anyway, talking about my feedback from my people, my correspondents. In all my years of YouTubing, I've had two people that I just shut off the channel entirely. Ever, believe this or not, 99% of the people they contact are very polite, even when they disagree. They're very polite, they're straight to the point. My kind of people. No BS, don't duck behind the bushes. Tell it like it is, calmly. If you're wrong, correspond and get it straight. I like that. And the two or three that really comes on halfway strong, usually my subscribers take care of them. I mean, the answers are fast, furious, and pretty tough at times. Now, the two I cut off the air, it's been a year or so ago. Apparently, the only English they knew had four-letter words in it. And I don't claim to be a saint, but there comes a time when you shut up and speak in English. If you can't describe the subject without the adjectives, I don't need to talk to you. Anyway, enough of that. Now, I'm going to show you how I sharpen this blade. And always remember, safety first. The first thing you do is unplug and lay the plug where you can see it, okay? That way you don't make a mistake and leave it where it don't need to be. Now, once you get that plug off, and by the way, I do have good tools. See the handle? And shiny. That's my favorite. It's ugly, but I've had it for years. It fits my hand good. Anyway, I'm going to take this blade off and show you how to sharpen, how I sharpened it. Oh, come on, don't be doing that right now. Don't need all that. All right, like I said the other day, you always righty-tighty don't work. Not here. Lefty-loosey works. Lefty, righty-loosey. Anyway, it's reversed. That comes off. This comes off. This blade, you see the shape it's in. Now, how I sharpened this blade was, quote, I took it, I laid it down on my table, I took my file, and I did on that, I marked, I made a mark. In other words, I started right on the mark, and I did this. And I went around the blade, all the way around it, backwards. The blade cuts this way. I'm filing with the cut. I'm not filing against the teeth. I'm not filing against, I'm filing with the teeth. That's how I shorten that blade. It works, people. If the tungsten teeth are not completely wore out, that'll shorten that blade, which it did on this one. Now, I'm going to tell you, they got people, I think the guy that corresponded to me when I said I knew people that would put the blade in here backwards, not cutting edge, but backwards. Turn the saw on and hold a file or something against it. It never happened, not with me. I'm not saying it's unsafe, I'm just saying it's crazy. Take your choice. But I got a friend of mine that's a carpenter, has the prettiest, his fingers are cut plumb level, those three. Holding and cutting. You couldn't take a ruler and level them off and cut them surgically to make them more level than his fingers are. I know another guy that nubbed off the end of one finger. Hey, this is not a toy. That's a tool. And when you're working with tools, table saws, skill saws, and a grinder, I have seen iron workers. It was on the top of a tank, making under some pipe. It had about 2 foot of clearance. On our stomach, grinding welding the tank top. He had the grinder in one hand, just letting it walk back and forth. And I told him, you better hold that grinder, son. Oh, I got this. What happened? The grinder hit a tip, turned around and rolled into his stomach, caught his shirt, and walked right on up. He got it off before it got up here. He wouldn't be here right now. You ought to see his stomach. It's like a wildcat had got a hold to him. I kind of think that raised his IQ. I really do. People's safety first. I've seen accidents. I've seen an iron worker in an Exxon Chemical in Baton Rouge pull his glove off and shake his fingers out of it. He was holding on to the cable, telling the operator, get up. The operator was getting up. He couldn't see the man's hand. He just saw this hand get up. He run his hand right on down into the block. Took them fingers off just as neat as you'd have cut them off. Safety first. It pays off in the long run.